Hey everyone! Today, we've got some huge news that could directly affect millions of Americans who depend on Social Security. A brand new bill has just been introduced in Congress, and if it passes, it could completely change how your Social Security benefits are taxed. For many seniors, this is the kind of change they've been waiting on for decades. Let's break it all down clearly, because this could mean more money in your pocket each and every month. For as long as most retirees can remember, a chunk of their Social Security check has gone right back to the federal government in the form of taxes. For some, that has always felt unfair. After all, these are benefits you worked for your whole life, benefits you paid into with every paycheck. But here's the catch. The way Social Security taxation was designed back in the 1980s has quietly pulled more and more retirees into the tax net. Why? Because Congress never adjusted the income thresholds for inflation. That means the rules that were originally intended to tax only higher-income retirees are now hitting almost half of all seniors. People who are never supposed to pay taxes on their benefits now find themselves writing checks to the IRS. Introducing the You Earn It, You Keep It Act. The new bill introduced in Congress is called the You Earn It, You Keep It Act, and the core idea is as straightforward as it sounds. End federal taxation of Social Security benefits, permanently. If this bill becomes law, every single retiree, no matter your income level, would get to keep 100% of the Social Security benefits you've earned. Imagine opening your monthly statement, seeing the amount listed there, and knowing that's exactly what you'll receive. No more surprise deductions from the IRS. For many Americans, that change could bring an enormous sense of relief. A quick history of how Social Security got taxed. Let's rewind for a moment. When Social Security first started, benefits were completely tax-free. Nobody paid federal taxes on them. That changed in 1983 when Congress decided that up to 50% of benefits could be taxed if you had income above a certain level. Then, in the 1990s, lawmakers expanded it again, making up to 85% of benefits taxable for higher-income seniors. The income thresholds were set at $25,000 for individuals, $32,000 for couples. Here's the issue. Those thresholds have never been updated, not once. So while prices have gone up, wages have changed, and inflation has eaten away at retirement savings, those tax brackets stayed frozen in time. What was once a rule meant only for wealthier retirees now hits almost half of all Social Security recipients. That's why this new bill is such a big deal. How will it be paid for? Social Security doesn't run on thin air. It's funded by payroll taxes that workers and employers pay throughout their careers. But there's a cap. In 2025, payroll taxes apply only to income up to $176,100. That means whether you make $176,000 a year or $1 million, you're paying the same maximum amount, about $21,836, into Social Security. Wealthier Americans end up contributing a much smaller share of their total income compared to the average worker. The new proposal changes that. It would lift the cap and start taxing wages again once income goes above $250,000. In other words, high earners would once again pay into Social Security on their extra earnings. According to supporters, this shift not only covers the cost of eliminating taxes on benefits, but also strengthens the Social Security Trust Fund, extending its solvency by about 2 more decades, all the way until 2080. That's a massive improvement compared to current projections, comparing this to Trump's tax break for seniors. Now, some of you might be wondering, didn't President Trump already include tax relief for seniors in his One Big Beautiful Bill earlier this year? Yes, he did. Here's how that worked. Seniors aged 65 and older received a new deduction of up to $6,000. But there were 2 big catches. It phases out for higher-income households. It expires in 2028. That makes Trump's plan temporary and limited. By contrast, the You Earn It, You Keep It Act is permanent, universal, fully funded. Critics of Trump's law argued that while it helped in the short run, it didn't solve the underlying problem. In fact, since it didn't bring in new revenue, it could have actually accelerated the depletion of the Social Security Trust Fund. This new bill tackles both sides. It provides immediate relief by ending taxes on benefits while also making the wealthiest Americans contribute more. The political debate. Here's where things get complicated. Eliminating taxes on benefits is popular across the board. Democrats, Republicans, and independents all hear loud and clear from seniors who want to keep their full checks. But raising the payroll cap? That's where the fight begins. High earners and business groups argue it would raise their costs. Some Republicans say they support ending Social Security taxes, but refuse to back any increase in payroll taxes. This bill will be a true test of whether Congress can strike a deal. And with the 2026 midterms around the corner, both parties are under pressure to show seniors they're fighting for them. Why this matters right now. Social Security is projected to run into trouble by 2034. If nothing changes, the trust fund will run out, and retirees could face cuts of nearly 20% to their monthly benefits. For the nearly 40% of seniors who rely on Social Security for half or more of their income, that would be devastating. And remember, retirees are already being squeezed by inflation, rising healthcare costs, and higher living expenses. A recent AP survey found that nearly 1 in 3 seniors struggles to afford basic necessities. Every dollar matters. That's why eliminating taxes on benefits feels like more than just policy. It feels like fairness. After all, seniors spent their entire working lives paying into the system. To then tax the benefits they already earned feels like double taxation. That emotional argument is one reason advocacy groups are pushing so hard for this bill. What it means for your monthly check. So let's answer the big question. If this passes, how does it affect you? If you already don't pay taxes on your Social Security benefits, nothing changes. But if you do pay taxes now, this could mean hundreds or even thousands more dollars in your pocket each year. That money could go toward groceries, medications, housing costs, or even just a little extra breathing room. And beyond the personal impact, there's a broader effect. When retirees have more money to spend, local economies benefit too. Seniors put their dollars into everyday businesses, restaurants, shops, pharmacies, which helps communities thrive. Now, here's the reality check. The bill has been introduced, but it still has a long road before becoming law. It has to go through committees, debates, amendments, and finally votes in both the House and the Senate. There will be tough negotiations, especially over the payroll tax cap. But one thing's certain, with millions of seniors paying close attention, this issue will stay front and center in Washington. So the real question becomes, will lawmakers put aside politics and find common ground, or will this turn into yet another stalled debate while the clock ticks closer to 2034? At the end of the day, the You Earn It, You Keep It Act is about more than taxes. It's about fairness, security, and honoring the promise made to generations of workers. If passed, it would mean seniors get to keep every dollar they earned, while also protecting Social Security for future generations. That's why so many people are watching this bill so closely. It could shape retirement in America for decades to come. Now, I want to hear from you. If you could keep 100% of your Social Security benefits, how would that change your retirement plans? Would it give you peace of mind? Would it help you cover your bills more easily? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I'd love to hear your perspective. And of course, if you found this breakdown helpful, don't forget to hit subscribe and turn on notifications. I'll keep bringing you updates on Social Security, stimulus news, and other financial changes that affect you directly. The next few months could bring some major developments, so stay tuned.